Hi everyone, this is the Sunshine Crit here in beautiful Rhode Island. Early season, and this took place in 2022. A really interesting course. So it's on an old World War II runway. So let's get into it. So we'll kind of go through the course here. It is a little bit wavy. Um, So again, built in the 30s to 40s, so little bumps here and there. But I have so my GoPro mount and my head unit mount was made of carbon, so it at this point in time it moved, and I've since made that change. So things moving forward are a little bit less bumpy here. But hope we can forgive that. So not much wind, as you can see from the trees, not really much blowing here, which is good. Um, we had a good amount of guys in the field here, and we had some notable riders here. We had a Miami Blazer, we had QCW. We had a few riders from PA in this race, and I'm sure you'll see those kits later on. Um, there's only really one tighter turn where you really need to be careful, and that's going to be turn number two up in the top right corner of the course there. You can see Cadence there, QCW on my right. So let's get into the later portions of the race. So nothing really got away, and it all came down to a bunch sprint here. So we'll come into the last few minutes. All right. So we're coming down the course, so the start finish is right in front of us, but we'll be going up the other way here. Ooh, a little sketchy riding going off the course there. So definitely a big fight for position. I believe this should be during our last lap here. Now, something to keep in mind. So I thought that the Cadence guys, we talked before the race, they said that they're planning on leading each other out, but they have had some other races earlier in the day, and they'll be racing later as well. So actually, this isn't last lap. This is going to be coming into one lap to go. So I thought it'd probably be good. They're one of the guys or one of the teams that actually have a few guys here. They had three, so I thought, you know what, might as well try to stick on their wheels the best I can. But again, I'm getting other people have those same ideas there as well, getting me pushed out. So coming, this is going into one lap to go, and there isn't much of wind in that. So we're basically just trying to make sure that we have an open lane in the finish to make sure that we're able to get some clean air eventually to be able to come around and take the win, right? Nothing is stuck. We're all together. Things are staying relatively fast, right? 30 miles an hour is basically the only corner you can't pedal through. And in terms of positioning, I was feeling pretty good here. Kind of got pushed out a little bit. It's sent by that same guy here. He really, I guess he was really liking that wheel. But as time goes on here, I definitely see I want to move up a little bit. It's getting a little bit faster. There wasn't really much of a lull, which sometimes happened right before the first lap. So I definitely want to continue to move up here a little bit more. But but we're kind of at where we're at. We don't want to waste a lot of energy. Unfortunately, have to brake going into that turn, but we're able to get right back on the gas. All right, so this last turn is a little bit of a sweeper. Definitely going at 36. You definitely have to avoid pedaling just for a moment. And then I thought it's a long straightaway, but I have some space to make up. I'll try to keep in close into the draft as much as I can. Shift a few times to try to get the last little bit. but I ended up coming third there. So you saw the guy right to my right there. He ended up coming in second, and then the Miami Blazer rider came in third. So something that I would like to point out, so positioning wise, let's see if we can get it right at, so this is coming out of that final turn here. And so what I'm seeing here, there are 4 or 5 riders, 6 riders in front of me, right? Coming into the last turn, probably about 300, 250, 300 meters to go, probably closer to 250. That's a lot of space to make up, right? So Miami Blazer, he ended up winning it, right? He's sitting fourth wheel, which I think is really the ideal spot. Maybe even third wheel in this course would probably be pretty good here too. It's pretty straight. It's not super windy. I didn't know that there was going to be one leadoff guy. He's going to be, coming off. But really, if I'm up there, right, then there's hopefully the win there. Because if I'm able to come in third, being probably two, maybe a bike length and a half behind the eventual winner, right? One, I need to move around more people, and two, I have more space to actually make it to the finish. So I think with a little bit better positioning, right? Miami Blazer, obviously, he's experienced, he knows what he's doing. He's been in this sort of position, I'm sure, many of times. So something to keep in mind there for the finish and moving forward. Because he has nice clean air on the right side. I do too. But, I think if I'm sitting fourth wheel, then that becomes a lot easier sort of finish uh, in terms of being able to actually win it from the group. So ideally, I'd already be up a little bit further. So probably just starting to stay up, fight for position a little bit longer. Although that takes a little bit more energy, I definitely think it's worth it because again, positions is really what's going to win you. Even if I didn't have, my 1200-watt sprint for today, um, being in a better position, you don't need to have as great of a sprint. It's not, the best numbers that I've ever produced, but early in the season, something definitely to look up at and continue working on to hopefully get back to that here in 2024. All right, so if you like this video, this little breakdown, feel free to like and subscribe, and hopefully we'll catch you in the next one here.